Hello and welcome to our special tutorial that we designed for the Build Your Own Pavilion project. And in today's case, we're going to be looking at how the Serpentine Pavilion in 2016 was designed by Bjarke Ingels Group, or B.I.G architects. So we're going to be looking at what might have been the process of creating such a structure with 3D design software, and how you can make that in a simple software like 123D design. So first of all, we should just open a web browser, any one of your choice, and Google Serpentine Pavilion 2016, so that we can see what it looks like and understand the shape. If we look at the images, choose a few images that show it from different angles, basically. One from outside, one more close-up details, one maybe from the inside, and another one of a far out, more zoomed out view. So if we look at the structure completely, it's a beautiful structure made completely out of one single type of block. It's kind of a tube really with a square profile, and the tube comes in different depths. So you can see here, if we look at this more closer image, you can see that some of the tubes are almost create a cube, and other ones are much longer, creating these more structurally stronger pieces. If we look from the inside, again, it has this beautiful effect that it almost comes in as a transparent shape, but actually it's completely solid. Now, the other interesting thing is that they come in at different depths, but also are positioned differently. So again, when we're looking here, we can see this beautiful curved profile that kind of joins up into a single line along the roof. So just from one simple shape, one simple form, we can create these beautiful structures. And what we want to look at today is really how what might have been the process of doing such a thing in computer-aided design. In this case, we're looking at 123D design. We're going to start off by creating the single unit, which we're then going to copy into and build the full shape. So we're going to start off with a box, and in this case we can choose any measurements we like, as long as they're consistent along the whole model. So let's make the length 30, let's make the width 10, and height also 10. So what we're creating is this long block. Position it anywhere you like. And now we need to hollow it out. There are a few different methods of doing this. The one that we're going to do now is create another box, which is longer, so it's going to be 40. It's a bit narrower and a bit lower in height. And we're going to position it so that it aligns with the center of the previous block, like this. What we want to do now is we want to push this one inside. So we go to the move option, and we drag the arrow inside so that it's coming out from both ends. But also, very importantly, we need to move it up by 1 millimeter. Now, 1 millimeter is because now each of these sides here is 1 millimeter, because this one's 8, this one's 10, which gives us 1 on each side. Once we're happy, we click enter. So you can see now it's sticking out from both ends, and we can now subtract it from the main shape. So we go to combine, subtract, first choose the shape we want to keep, then choose the shape we want to subtract, click enter, and there we go. We have basically the big shape minus the small shape, and we have a hollow tube. Now we can copy it in multiple ways. The simplest way, but also the slowest one, is to just select it and press Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, or Command+C, Command+V on Apple, and then move the newly duplicated shape along wherever we want it. But that's going to take us quite a while, so there's a quicker way. We're going to create a pattern along a path. So in this case, there is a nice way of making it along a curved path, but the problem with that is that the distance between the pattern pieces are not going to be equal. You'll see what I mean in a second. So for now, let's just go to pattern, path pattern. First choose the shape that we want to copy, choose the whole shape, and then choose the path. In this case, the path, we're going to choose just any edge, basically, any edge along this side. And zoom out, and now we can drag this, and we can create as many as we want. Now we can control the distance, and I would say let's make the distance 200 millimeters. We can modify that up here. And now we can also change the quantity. So we can make 10, for example. Now by doing this, it should give us actually it should be 11. It should give us exactly the same distance between each of them, which is equal to the width of each block. The important thing is that we keep this option to identical. Once we're happy, we click enter, and there we go, we have these blocks. We might want to just move them up a bit so that they're on the grid. And now we can modify their depth, because you can see that they're all in the same depth. We can look at it from the top view, and we can move them in or out. But first, what I would do is I would just go back to our home view and go to modify, press and pull, which allows us to basically take any of the faces and pull them out to make them longer or shorter. So we might want to take this one, for example, and make it a bit shorter. We might want to take this one oops, sorry. This one, make it a bit shorter. Take this one, like that. And so on. I'll let you do it in the way that you like. And what we want to do now is we want to copy them and create this pattern on the second floor almost, if you want. So we want to select all of them. This way, this time we can do Command C, Command V. Move them up by exactly 10 millimeters. And then move them this way by exactly 10 millimeters. Now we're going to have this one here, which is we can get rid of just by pressing delete. And you can see how we are already starting to create this unique structure. Now, again, I would go to modify, press and pull, choose the faces you want to move, bring out a bit more, maybe even play with the ones on the second floor and choose them, move them out a bit. And then you can do the same on the inside, because if we look back at our images, we go inside, you can see that they're also not in a straight line inside. They come out in different depths. And then we can keep copying it. We can copy the whole thing, Control C, Control V. Move it up, this time by 20, because we're doubling it. So we move it up by 20 millimeters. And so on, but maybe the last one we did, we should, before positioning it, move it up by 20. And move it in by a few millimeters. So that we're starting to create this curve along this way as well as this curve here. So that's one simple manual way of doing it. Now in more sophisticated, more complex software, you would create computer algorithms that would do this for you. It would be an automatic way of creating these patterns, which are also called, this is also called parametric 3D software, where by changing one shape you would change all of them, and you can easily modify multiple arrangements and combinations together. But for a start, I think this is a nice way to just get an understanding of how to create a big three-dimensional structure with one simple unit element. So have a try, see what you can make of this, and then go ahead and do your own design for a pavilion. Make sure you don't copy other architects, but be original, be creative, come up with your ideas, and submit them for our competition, Build Your Own Pavilion. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.